So welcome everybody. Today is Wednesday, 25th of November, and this is the Metal Cube community meeting. So as usual, we are going to start with the round of introductions. If we have some new people on the call who want to introduce themselves and say hi to the community, that's now the time to do so. So I will now pause for a couple of seconds, and if you want to just unmute yourself and present yourself. Okay, I guess there's nobody new in the call. That's fine. Let's keep going. The first topic is from Ashu. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing correctly. I hope I'm not doing too bad. So you need some
It's
help to
correct.
understand the parameter. Please go on.
Yeah, actually, I will give you a picture. So actually, we are introducing new parameters into the hardware classification controller, and one new parameter we introduced is disk. So if any user want to means if user wants any particular disk into his classification, so he can provide like SSD, HDD, or NVMe or RAID. So actually, in the introspection data which we received from the metal cube bare metal operator, so in that one parameter is HCTL. So we are not confirm about the parameters octets like 0020 what this octet means. So if any of the community guy can means provide the information about this. So I actually means searched these things into the data sheet also of the particular disk like Toshiba's disk, but I didn't find anything related to HCTL.
Hi, it's SCSI address, essentially, of the disk. Host, bus, target, and loon.
Okay.
I don't know what you'll get there for NVMe devices, which I know is SCSI.
Yeah, actually the main problem we are facing with the RAID. Actually, we are not means able to means get the information about the RAID disks. So SSD, HDD, and NVMe we can figure out with the rotational thing, rotational true and false, and with the model name. But the main problem we are facing with the RAID.
I don't have an immediate answer for that. I suspect it may be vendor dependent, or at least dependent on the specific RAID controller.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I don't have an answer for this particular question out of hand. Maybe worth reaching out to a vendor or sometime. Yeah, go ahead.
Actually, bus value changes based on your RAID controller type, Sashu. So I think you need to check what kind of controller you have in your host, and based on that, you need to check the bus value. So and that way you can figure it out.
Okay. One more thing, actually, I have a doubt in it. Like, I have means checked two discs. One is the ATA and one is the Toshiba. So, is it possible that two different vendors insert the values of HCTL variable differently? Means is it is there any agreement kind of thing like we will fill these values only in the first octet, second octet, third and fourth if disks vendors changes?
These values are completely vendor agnostic, so I don't know. You need to figure that out, I guess.
Okay. Thanks, Digambar. It will help. Yeah, Mel, I'm done from my topic.
Okay, good. Thanks a lot. Then let's move to the second topic that is from Andrea, and actually quite needed, I would say, right now with what we're seeing in the CI. So please take the floor.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks, Mark. In reality, I just wanted to raise to the community, to the attention of the community, this problem, the fact that now we are experimenting some PRs that are failing due the Docker rate limiting issue. So in reality, this is just to trigger a discussion on which kind of countermeasures we could adopt to avoid this problem. We started a little bit the discussion into the Slack channel. Maybe now if someone has some ideas or some proposal, could be a good moment to analyze it and discuss it. For sure, from my point of view, also in my past experience, I have used a private registry near or located into the CI environment, so that all of the jobs were using it, and there was no dependency against the internet. Of course, it increases a little bit more the maintenance, but allows to have a more detached environment. And probably in this case could be a solution, given the fact that Docker Hub added this rate limiting. I don't know if it's something that is feasible in our CI environment.
Yeah,
No.
I think we actually have two problems. They're related to this rate limiting. The first one is the one in the CI, as you see that the builds are failing because we are pulling from Docker, and that could be solved by indeed a private registry. But then we also have the problem that K is failing to build sometimes to build our images, the bare metal operator, cluster API provider Metal3. So and that one, I don't think we can really solve it by having a private registry somewhere. So if we go for like solving the K one by having the images in K also for the base images that we are using, maybe we can just shift everything to using k.io, and even like because basically what uses the Docker Hub in the Metal3 dev env, it's mostly for the registry image. So we can check if there's any of the registry hosted image hosted in k.io, and if it's the case, then it's going to be basically just solving the build problem of k.io, because then we will build it the same way in Metal3 dev env. So then there wouldn't be any pull from Docker Hub. That being said, we can temporarily put a private registry in place, like in this Nordics that is at the moment the cloud provider for the CI. There's a Harbor instance, and it looks like Harbor could be used as a Docker proxy. So that then like it would store all the images locally, and needs to be somehow a bit adapted to fit with the full limit, but it could work. So yeah, there's different directions going there. And the one about the image building was actually discussed on the mailing list. It looks like there might be something ongoing with CentOS guys to have at least the CentOS image on k.io, but aside of that one, we also need the distroless image that we are pulling from Docker Hub right now. So that could be also problematic. So we would also need a distroless image on k.io probably.
Yeah, probably having something also in k.io could be beneficial from many point of view. I don't know how many things should be moved or how complex could be, but probably sounds like a reasonable approach.
Yeah. If we move to like having our images in k.io, then I would guess like the best option would be that if the official image has like something in k.io also that we don't have to worry about the synchronization with Docker Hub. But if it's not the case, maybe like for the registry image or for the distroless, for example, then we could think about putting a job in the CI also that will every couple of hours synchronize the two registries. That's also an option.
I have a question, Melke. What's the best way to track of this problem? Opening a new issue, maybe?
Well, right now, I don't think we have anything to track it. So opening an issue would anyways not hurt. But that being said, I don't know if it's something that will be worked on in the context of an issue, because it's a more like global kind of problem with the project, right? And yeah, we're facing that, at least on the Ericsson team that maintains the CI. It's a known issue, and like started to be looked into how we could go around the problem. But of course, there's multiple parts that need to be fixed, and we haven't looked at all in the k.io builds that are failing because of the Docker pull rate limit, for example. So I guess having an issue would definitely be good to synchronize the efforts between the different teams on what's going on.
Okay, thanks.
Maybe on Metal3, well, because this concerns quite a lot of things in Metal3. So maybe in Metal3 docs, that would be the most general repository where we could put that, or maybe just Metal3 devenv. Yeah, don't know.
Maybe project infra, just one.
Oh yeah, actually project infra is good.
Yeah, maybe it sounds a better location.
Is there any further comment on this issue or questions maybe? Or maybe one thing I could add regarding like having the local registry, if we go with this option of having like kind of a private, or like, let's say a cache for Docker in the CI environment, that would solve the problem only on the CI side. So it could be, well, we don't expect the user to have as many pull from one IP address when they run Metal3 devenv locally. But that's something we need to take into account, that when Metal3 devenv is run locally, we need to make sure that we have maybe like workarounds, or at least explanations of like how the user could go around the problem if he's hitting the same thing.
I think this is a good point that should be tracked. So far that we should not only support the CI build, but also the local build.
Yes, definitely. For that reason, like having everything in K would be much easier, because then it would work everywhere, right? Like whether it's a development environment, the CI, whatever, wouldn't matter. If we don't go with that approach, if we go with private registry, we'll need to think about it a bit more.
Or at least having a sort of private registry, I don't know, like an Nexus that could be exposed and freely accessible. That could be another possibility, but of course it requires to have maybe a little bigger permanent instance to host it 24 hours.
Yeah, I think we need to look a bit more into this, and then like synchronize on possible issue about what's going on and the different solutions that we're thinking of. Okay, cool. Then let's move to the next topic, NAM.
Yes, thank Mike. I would like to talk about the PR that support the rate configuration on bare metal operator. So this PR has been opened for a while, and it seemed like all the change requests have been made, and it's not. It is also I mean quite the same as the we have in the Red API proposal. So I just wonder if we should have a lazy consensus on ZPR, or there any like block. I mean, anything that blocks this one from being in.
Yeah, sorry. So this PR is not a design document, so this lazy consensus thing does not apply here. You need to have the approval and the LGTM from maintainers of the of this repository.
Yeah.
And
okay. Yeah.
so personally, I don't feel confident enough to be like putting anything there. And Doug and Zane, I know it's the Thanksgiving week this week in the US, so they are probably on holidays, so not available. So it might be good to bump this like beginning of next week again to get their opinion.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So maybe I will. Yeah. Talk it later in the next meeting next week. Thanks.
Okay, is there any further comment regarding this PR? No? Okay, cool. Then Forkat, you can go on.
Sure. Thanks, Smile. Yeah, I wanted to share that the PR from Zane regarding the re-registration in all states and handling the error states, which closes actually 2 or 3 issues open in the bare metal repository. So if you have time, please go and review, and if there is any feedback, they're welcome. It would be good to get this merged as soon as possible, if possible, and if there is a review from community, that would be good also. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Then if there's no further comment on this, I can give a small update on the KubeCon and how it went for the. So we had 2 office hours in KubeCon North America. There were Tuesday and Friday. On the Tuesday one, we got 45 attendees, and on the one on Friday, we got 60. So it was quite a nice turnover rate. And we got a list of questions that were asked during both of those meetings. Some of them were quite overlapping, so we discussed, and then you might have seen on Slack that the idea would be to take those questions and make a frequently asked question page on the website out of those, and like answer them there, so that it's also a bit easier for newcomers to get started in the project. So yeah, that's just for a short wrap up. Then if there's no other topic popping up, or if like nobody has something else to add, I guess like we'll be able to close the meeting really soon. So is there anything more that we should discuss here? No? Well, then I guess we can just close the meeting here. Thank you all for joining, and have a nice day.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you.